We, the management and staff of Sligo Airport, view Sligo Airport as providing a vital piece of local infrastructure for the region and one which must be maintained. The question we would like to address to each of the candidates tonight is as follows. In the light of the recent flawed value for money report, which was commissioned by outgoing Minister for Transport Mr Noel Dempsey TD, on which he based a decision to abolish the airline subvention for the Sligo to Dublin air route, and the report's recommendation to cease further government subvention to Sligo Airport, which ultimately threatens the existence of the airport. What is the policy of each candidate in relation to, number one, the reversal of the decision on the PSO, and number two, the continued government support of Sligo Airport? Thank you.
Okay.
Sligo Airport existed before Sligo was called the Gateway City. Take away the airport, and that's what they're at. Take away the airport, and there's one, the gate's gone. I say, wake up and smell the roses, lads, because if you don't stop it, what'll be next?
Okay.
And that's the scenario we're in at the moment.
Right, we're trying to move through as fast as we can. Michael?
I believe any politician or any TD who would not support a reversal of the decision on the PSO and would not support the continuing existence of Sligo Airport is a hypocrite, to use the words Gateway City.
Mark?
Yeah, thanks. As soon as that decision was made, I was in contact that early morning with the members of the board and indeed Joe Corcoran on the issue. And the withdrawal in a European context of the PSO is based on this 3 hours from Dublin, or 3 hours from the main centre. And I very much regret that in the European context that's the situation. What I've tried to do in the meantime, and indeed I've been in contact with the management there, is to ensure what they call the OPEX and CAPEX, which is the operational expenditure grant and the capital expenditure grant, remain available to the airport so that we can focus on the possibility of perhaps with a smaller aircraft maintaining on purely a commercial basis a flight to Dublin. I agree wholeheartedly with the importance and the necessity of a commuter service to Dublin to reinforce our gateway status. I would also like to say I would also like to say that there are other agencies that I think we can seek the support of to ensure that that's possible. But I think that the only other option that's open to us, and indeed the management are aware of this because we checked it with DG Transport, is we could bring it to the European Court and challenge it there. And certainly that option could be looked at. But I think in the interest of the fact that it is quite close, that this is going to be ceased, I think that we must try and focus, if it's possible, to see if it's viable to continue a flight on a commercial basis. And again, having had discussions with Pádraig Ó Céide and the airport manager, apparently that's not possible for a 50-seater, but it may be for a 30. And I'll certainly be working with them to ensure that everything possible can be done, with or without other agency support, to continue that service.
I'm totally just amazed at the Senator McSherry's comments on this, because the PSO has been maintained in Galway, Donegal, and equally in Kerry. That this is an appalling indictment, that when you consider the due diligence was carried out by Minister, nothing surprises me with Minister Dempsey, because any issue that he copper fastened was a disaster, and he's not seeking re-election. I think the Fine Gael and government will proactively support the regional development, and this airport is critical. This is now a gateway city. It's a region in the northwest. The Sligo Airport, I know Joe Corcoran and his team are doing an outstanding job there. And when you look at the value for money report that was published by the Minister, I can assure you that report will be shredded. This government has, for the last 13, 14 years, have been commissioning alternate experts, report after report. Once again, Fianna Fáil have let this region down. We want to ensure that this is a growth region, and I think the regional airport is a critical mass to that. I can assure the airport here this evening that the PSO will be reinstated, and that this airport will get every support as is rightly and justifiably entitled to do so. Because if we are trying to bring tourists in, we will also remove the taxation on people coming in. People now tax tourists in this country, when hotels lying idle. This airport is critical, and I think it's hypocritical of the Senator here to come out here tonight. It's on many issues here tonight, double speak. Double speak is finished anymore. We have to be straight without any ambiguity here at the moment. The airport is critical to this region, and be assured, we will be in government, and the Sligo Airport, nothing will interfere with the successful operation of this airport to date,
Simon Colvey said they would not restore the PSO. That is the official senior front bench Fine Gael position.
I have the document here in front of me here, Senator, and I can assure you here at the moment, a Sligo Airport will be, and when John Perry is in government, when I say it will be delivered, I will not operate in the manner which Fianna Fáil talk one message down here and have a different message in Dáil Éireann. That won't be my style.
Chair, I met Eamon O'Crieve in July last year in Galway, and we were chatting, and he said, you know, you've great patience up there in the northwest. And I said, why is that? And he said, we never finished the roads, and you never complained. And that's the attitude, frankly, that we don't even have a road coming in here, and now Noel Dempsey would like to take away the airport too. So let's be clear here. The Senator knows right well that when he talks about OPEX and CAPEX funding, he's confusing or trying to confuse that kind of funding, which is essential to keep the essential services at the airport, like sea and air rescue, things that are really vital to the airport. But it's the PSOs that we need. And the Labour Party has said, and we have spoken to the airport, that it is not our intention at all to remove those supports from the airport. If we are going to build a strong Sligo North Leitrim and a strong region here, it will be built on business and on tourism. Without an airport, we can do neither. Let's be clear, that's the Labour Party pledge to this constituency.
Okay, we're hearing from both sides.